SoFi Stadium provides a massive, high-pressure battleground for this critical Group G opener. The expanded tournament format changes the mathematical pathway to the knockout rounds. With 8 third-place spots now available, a single result can decide the trajectory of an entire group. With heavyweights like Belgium and Egypt waiting later in the schedule, both nations view these specific 3 points as the difference between control and desperation. Tens of thousands of fans pack the stands, arriving with the expectation that their respective teams will execute their established game plans. But the psychological weight of a must-win scenario creates an environment on the pitch that is highly susceptible to tactical disruption. Iran arrived as a disciplined Asian powerhouse, relying on elite European experience and a reputation for defensive organization. Their primary offensive threat is veteran forward Mehdi, a striker who specialized in finding space against less experienced defensive lines. This chart shows the massive mathematical gap. Iran holds a global ranking of 20, while New Zealand enters as the lowest-ranked underdog at 85th. Betting markets reflected this disparity, assigning a 56.5% probability to under 2.25 goals, anticipating a highly controlled Iranian performance. Based on the 65-place gap in rankings and the market's goal projections, the data pointed toward a controlled, low-scoring Iranian victory. When the match began, that expected tactical chess match dissolved. The tempo accelerated immediately, resulting in 31 total shots on goal, as both teams abandoned their defensive shapes. The match flow shifted into a rope-a-dope rhythm. One side would absorb pressure, only to immediately launch an aggressive response. The volume of early scoring chances moved the game past the under 2.25 projections before the first half had even finished. The pressure of the World Cup stage overrode the team's usual tactical discipline, with both sides prioritizing raw momentum over structured defense. New Zealand claimed the opening goal after Chris Wood physically disrupted the Iranian defensive block, creating space where there was supposed to be none. Iran responded with a rapid counterattack, led by Ramin Rezaeian's ability to control the ball under direct pressure. That control allowed Saman Ghoddos to deliver a precise pre-assist cross from the left flank, cutting across the New Zealand backline. Mohammad Mohebi tracked the flight and powered a header past the goalkeeper to restore parity. This sequence of quick goals exposed a vulnerability in both teams' transition structures, as neither side could reset their defense quickly enough after a turnover. In the second half, New Zealand capitalized on a brief dip in Iranian intensity to seize the lead a second time. Chasing the game, Rezaeian attempted an audacious outside-of-the-foot pass to penetrate the box. The resulting defensive breakdown was driven by chance. The ball ricochets off a defender, an unpredictable bounce that broke New Zealand's structured line. Rezaeian tracked the loose ball through the gap, poking it past the keeper to tie the game at 2-2. As fatigue set in, the match became an end-to-end sprint, though neither side could find the final clear-cut chance to break the draw. The defining goals were the result of human error and unpredictable bounces that superseded the planned defensive framework. At the final whistle, both squads were visibly exhausted by the physical demands of the draw. New Zealand coach Darren Bazley expressed pride in the performance, but frustration at missing a chance to secure the nation's first-ever World Cup win. For Amir Galanoui, the draw felt like a missed opportunity to take control of the group against its lowest-ranked opponent. Taking only a single point leaves both teams in a difficult position as they head toward the remaining group fixtures. This draw changes the mathematical outlook for Group G, forcing the remaining teams to account for a more competitive field than initially projected. The match highlights the volatility inherent in relying purely on historical metrics and ranking disparities to predict on-pitch behavior. Momentum waves in these unpredictable, high-stakes matches will often overpower the rigid, calculated structures defined by mathematical models. In this environment, the pressure of the tournament overrode the projections, replacing a calculated blueprint with a series of frantic, unscripted responses.